Good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome to Beyond the Battle, where we aim to bring you uplifting stories to remind you that you are not going through your daily battles alone. On today's episode, we will continue with military transition stories part 3 with Getziel Lamar. The impact. Born in India in 1975 and immigrating to the United States at age 5, Getsy's early experience shaped her determination and success. She began her military career in the United States Marine Corps, quickly rising to the rank of sergeant, and continued her service with the Georgia Reserve. Her dedication extends to community advocacy, where she founded the Northwest Georgia Young Marines and supports various veteran organizations. Professionally, Getzy is a certified pharmacy technician and CEO of Ghostwriter Media LLC, which aids small businesses and nonprofits with digital marketing and showcasing her entrepreneurial spirit and dedication to uplifting her community. So let us take this opportunity to welcome Miss Getzy Lamar to the stage. Excuse my speech. Hey
Hi,
sis,
Miss
how are you?
Johnson. I'm good. Thank you
Thank
for
you for
having me.
being here today. Yes, thank you for being here. I know that you are also a competitor in the 2024 Miss Veteran America competition. So we are going to talk about that today. But before we get there, how about you tell the audience a little bit about yourself?
Um, I I am Miss Getziel Lamar, as you said. You pretty much introduced me. I'm a mother of four, married to a Marine as well. We've been married about 25 years, and we have four children together and two grandsons. And this competition, Miss Veteran America, is my segue into getting back into pageantry. So I'm excited.
Well, I am
And
so glad you were here. So, your bio, I read in your bio that you enlisted into the Marine Corps in about 1997. What was your MOS?
it was 1161 refrigeration mechanic.
Okay, okay.
I was under the engineers.
Nice. What made you want to join the military?
It was the uniform at first. No, I was looking for a way to help my parents. We were struggling. We grew up kind of poor, and they were working menial jobs, and me as a pharmacy technician was actually making more than they were. But
Okay,
I wanted to help them out even more, and at the same time pursue my education. And I felt like I needed to leave home yet have a stable job, so the military made sense to me. So it's
understand.
primarily my parents, though.
Nice. I understand that. I completely get it. So, were in your MOS, or I guess in the Marine Corps, the male to female ratio is pretty unbalanced. Is that a fair statement?
It is. That is a fair
It is.
statement. Yes, ma'am.
So that I would say, as a woman Marine, you face some challenges, big and small. Would that be a fair assessment?
Yes, yes, of course. You get a lot of attention from males. You're like the only female among several males, but I had good friends, good male Marines that were more like big brothers to me, and they took care of me. Um, I kept myself busy by competing in promotion boards
Mhm.
and continuing with school. So I stayed out of trouble as much as I could.
Good. Did you have the opportunity for specialized or individual schooling or anything like that?
I did go to corporal school at one
Okay.
point. It's E4 in the Marine Corps, which was pretty eye opening, and it taught me a lot about leadership. I was in the running for maybe the top or second positions, but it was a good experience. I picked up sergeant right before I got out, so I didn't get a chance to go to sergeant
Mhm.
course. However, what I learned from corporal school stayed with me.
Good, good. Do you think that the training that you received in the military has helped you with what you're doing since you have gotten out of the military?
Yes, actually, before the military, I was very focused. I was a leader. Um, uh, but being in the military, it gave me more confidence and showed me how to be a go-getter. And so, especially competing on the promotion boards, I think prepared me for a lot of leadership roles in the civilian world. And so, yes,
Okay, good, good. So, did you spend a lot of time in the field as a in your MOS?
not really, to be honest. No,
Not really.
I was in an air wing, so we didn't really
Nice.
go any places. I did get a chance to go to training out what's called CAX, out
Uh,
in 29 Palms, California. So I was
nice.
kind of lucky. I didn't get to really deploy.
Okay. Hey, at everybody, if you serve, you're good. Like there's so many
Yes,
more people out there that could be serving but have an excuse or have had an excuse as to why they can't. But I
right.
see that you exited the military in 2006. How was your transition?
I actually left active duty in 2001.
Okay.
My husband and I, he was my boyfriend at that time. We were in the same squadron, same platoon, and everything. We ETS at the same time. So I didn't want to go backwards. I didn't want to go back to Michigan, where I came from. He was from Georgia, so I moved down here with him. And shortly after, we got engaged and married, and of course, had our first couple of kids back to back.
Nice.
So I think being with him helped the transition a lot. He was very supportive, and we helped one another. So
Good. Tell me, so of all, it's been a while since you transitioned, but what are some of the most important things from your transition that you've kept with you that have kind of helped you continue moving forward, especially with what you do with helping women veterans?
I for the transition, I believe it was the promotion boards once again that helped me
Mhm.
with interview skills. So once we got out, we had to go find civilian jobs, and that was not easy. You know, going from active duty military where everything is provided for you. Housing and meals and everything, but being on your own, and I'm sure we've all experienced it. The transition from military to civilian life is can be challenging. However, falling back on a military experience boosted my confidence and helped me stand on my own. Like I said, I left my parents' home, went in the
Mhm.
military for 4 years, met my husband, so he was there as a support. Um, and beyond that, once I left the military, I found um, community in my local church,
Mhm.
and there became a leader of different departments and stuff, and was able to relate to women and encourage them of when they were going through things
Mhm.
based on my past experiences. So
Oh, good. So now you've transitioned out of the military. You have a family. You're working. Tell us how you found Miss Veteran America. How did you get there?
it was earlier this year. I was a Facebook ad or something. I came across it. I'm like, wow, this looks interesting. The title really caught my attention at first, and they were just beautiful. The women were beautiful, and so I went on their Facebook page, learned more about it, went to the website, did my research, and I'm like, you know what, this sounds like a great avenue for me to get back into competing. But more so, I run a youth organization, and so
Okay.
I thought this is a great way to get attention for the young Marines. So, but once I got into the competition and learned more about their mission,
Mhm.
I realized I could relate to it. There was a time in my life where my children and I had to stay in a transitional home. We were having some family difficulties, um, and before that, for like the past 20 years. Like I said, I was involved with church, and I was really passionate about feeding the homeless.
Mhm.
My friends and I would actually take to the streets of the of downtown Atlanta
Mhm.
and go feed them, because I noticed that there were a lot of men in shelters,
Mhm.
um, but there were more people on the streets. And so that's
Wow.
where my compassion came for. And then once I found out through Miss Veteran America that women veterans and their children were on the rise of being homeless, it's really hit home. So I thought, I could probably make a difference,
Right.
whether I
So
win or not.
right, exactly. So tell the audience how Miss Veteran America kind of connects with Final Salute. Tell us a little bit about the host organization.
Final Salute is, I believe, one of three solutions for women veterans right now.
Mhm.
And I call Miss Veteran America the fundraising arm of Final Salute. I think
Right.
it's an amazing event, allowing us women veterans to showcase what we have done and what we are capable of doing. It showcases how beautiful we are, how strong we are as mothers and wives, daughters, sisters, and so forth. But it I think it's a tremendous business model, honestly,
Right.
that brings attention to the real needs, which are the homeless women and homeless women, veterans, and children.
So you were saying that earlier in the year is when you found Miss Veteran America. So tell us, it's almost competition time. Tell the audience when the competition is and where and how they can get tickets. And I'll try and make a banner so that they can see all the things and that it'll be there for them.
We are about 2 weeks away. It's on October 11th through the 13th. The pageant or the competition night is October 13th at 5 p.m. in Orlando, Florida, at the Marriott Orlando. I forget the rest of the name of the hotel. Uh, However, it's the tickets are available at missveteranamerica.org. I believe they're $99 for the general seating. I do have a table that I've sponsored through my business, so my family and I should be there.
And
So
give me
really,
the website one more time.
missveteranamerica.org. Go on events and click on get tickets. They're still on sale.
Nice. We want this one. We kind of want this one to scroll, don't we? We want them to be able to see that. So I'm kind of learning as I go. You are on episode 9. So I'm so proud already from where I've come from. So thank you for joining me and your patience. So tell me, in this competition, I know that with this competition, we don't say the P word. So tell me, are you performing a talent?
Yes, we all have the lip sync talent. And I will be lip syncing to La Isla Bonita, Madonna's. I'm
Nice,
excited.
nice. I am trying to be in town for this event, so I'm looking forward to seeing you. So let's get back to Final Salute Inc. because, as you said, women veterans are the fastest growing homeless demographic in the United States. And we shouldn't have to say that phrase, women veterans, with
Mhm,
homeless in
right.
any sentence, right? So tell us about some of the programs that Final Salute has.
They have a three-prong approach. They have Next Uniform,
Hmm.
they have Home, and they have Safe. Home is where they provide transitional housing
Hmm.
for women that are displaced and their children, and their mission is to provide safe and suitable housing. Having been in transitional home, I know how important that is. The one we stayed in was very small, and we had to share it with three other women, and I was the only one with children, so it was difficult. So um, I find that very important, where Final Salute is stepping in.
Hmm.
Um, they also have the next uniform where they provide women, veterans and military women transitioning to civilian life to get ready, job ready, right? So it's more than just getting your resume ready. It's about they get free clothing, free shoes, hair and makeup, and headshots taken for their LinkedIn profile. I think that's
That's
really
pretty
cool.
awesome, right?
Yes, yes. And then of course there's SAFE, which is the financial education portion, to help the women that are struggling uh, get back on their feet, learn how to save and budget.
Hmm.
And so they have an application process on their website on Final Salute Inc., I believe, finalsaluteinc.org, or where it's a pretty simple process. I've actually tested it out myself. I almost needed their assistance at one point. Um, Ended up canceling that application because we worked things out. But
Good.
yeah, and then Miss Veteran America is one of the events that they hold, along with Next Uniform.
Okay. So, do those that need assistance through Final Salute Inc. do they have to be local to Orlando, or can they do applications from anywhere?
I believe they're based in Washington D.C. area,
Mhm.
and they help women all around the U.S.
That's good. That's good. So I've seen you out in the community. I've seen you at some VFWs and some different things. So tell us what you've been out there doing, supporting while partnering with Final Salute Inc. and Miss Veteran America to be out in your community. Because I'm telling you, I've seen the facial expressions when you say homeless women veterans to some people. They're kind of like, huh? So tell us what you've been out there doing to bring awareness to the plight of these young women, to these women.
I know it. I honestly have been blessed to be a part of an amazing American Legion family. I'm with American Legion Post 70 in Villa Rica, Georgia.
Mhm,
They know me from that's where my young Marines drill every month. And the the post commander, saw me post that I was competing in this competition. And so he invited my young Marines there for a color guard ceremony, and then ended up presenting us with a plaque, and then announced to everyone that he's going to support me in this mission. And so it kind of snowballed from there. So they had me come and do a presentation for them, and then um, I was getting checks left and right from each of their family units. And
mhm.
then before I knew it, I was invited to other posts to present. And yes, I've had the opportunity to share what I'm doing with Miss Veteran America, but also about what Final Salute's mission is. And
Mhm.
people have not heard of either Final Salute or the problems that women veterans are facing. And that it was astounding to me to find out about the staggering numbers. And so I look forward to doing more presentations and getting this word out. I have other meetings lined up, and I appreciate you reaching out to me and giving me this opportunity to share as well.
Oh, for sure, for sure. Listen, as a young person, my dad was military, and there was a time where we didn't necessarily have stable homes. And, it's a unique situation when it's the man that's home, the male veteran that's homeless with children, because as we
Mhm.
know, the the women veterans are far more likely to be homeless with their children than our male counterparts, right? And so I just remember, my dad having to walk us to the specific bathroom and stand outside of the bathroom when I went to the restroom because I was the only girl. And so, like, I get it, and I can understand the safety and all the emotions that go with that as being a woman. And so, as an adult, I'm there with you. So anything that I can do to help you on your journey, please don't hesitate to reach out. Like, I love everything about what you're doing. I love everything about what Final Salute has to offer our community. So thank you very, very much. So you will go on to compete. How many people are you competing with? Do you know?
It's down to 15. We have 15 contestants. We have the top 20 finalists, however. So
Things
I'm looking
happen.
forward to meeting them. Yes, I wasn't able to make it to the semifinals, so I was a virtual contestant for the semifinals, and I look forward to meeting my sisters.
How nerve-wracking. So, I remember that there were people that did it virtually. How nerve-wracking is it to have to do it virtually? But were you more comfortable doing it virtually, or would you have rather done it in person?
I think I was more comfortable with the virtual version. To me, it was simpler. It's a little overwhelming to seeing all the judges and everyone show up at the same time for the first interview on the same screen. However, I do feel like I kind of missed out on the in-person interviews, the semifinals. But
Right.
again, I look forward
I
to meeting everyone.
um I just know that that spirit of sisterhood, like my cohort, like I love those ladies. All of them are so beautiful and so amazing and still out there doing great things. So I can't wait to see what you all do. And I can't wait to see the program. I know it's going to be fantastic. So how can people follow you and see what you're doing? How do people find you on social media?
So we have a presence on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And
Okay.
my handle is Getziel. This is all one word. Getziel, the number
Hmm.
4, the letters MVA, and the numbers 2024. So
Okay.
Getziel for MVA 2024.
I think I got it. Getziel 4.
Mm-hmm.
Getziel 4 MBA
2020.
2024.
Yes, ma'am.
Good deal. Let's show that. There we go. So, if you want to follow Getzy, she's out there doing great things in our community. I hope that all of you do. The cohort, she said, is about 15. And if I remember this correctly, you can find all the contestants at MVA 2024. Is that right? And it should pop up in social media, the names of the other competitors.
That's correct. Yes, ma'am.
We are cheering you on. Okay, so words of advice. So we know that you found Miss Veteran America and you were out there and you actually said you were trying to get back into pageantry. So you've done pageants before?
I have, yes. And in high school, I was both a finalist and Miss Congeniality. And then a few years later, I did the Mrs. United States pageant. I don't think that exists anymore. It was the Georgia United States pageant,
Okay.
and this is the third one. So
That's awesome. So in pageantry, we know that it's about the sisterhood. It's supposed to be about the sisterhood and about your platform. For all of those listeners that are out there and they are thinking about sticking their toe into the realm of Miss Veteran America or an actual pageant, what advice would you give them? What would you say to them?
it's all about getting to know yourself, because the interview is the most important part, and I'm glad that they weigh heavily on the interview because that's where you get to express who you are. Um, of course, if you have your paperwork together and have your bio put together, that tremendously helps lead the conversation in the interviews. Uh, but to me, it's also about it gives me a chance to take better care of myself, get back in shape, and focus my mind on me, the things that matter, as well as give you a platform to speak about the things that are important to you,
Mhm.
such as the homeless women veterans. So yeah, it's an all around great opportunity to showcase who you are and improve yourself.
Right. So I will say that pageantry has opened quite a few doors, and I love meeting the women. I love learning about the different platforms that are out there, and you know. Would you agree that one of the biggest things is the growth that you see in yourself, the confidence that you see in yourself being reflected when you are competing in this realm?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Like I said, it helps you focus on bettering yourself, improving your outlook, your self-perception, your self-confidence, and all the women are beautiful. All of them are strong. Everyone brings something beautiful to the table. So it's just about focusing on you and letting yourself shine.
Right, right. Well, we are coming to the end of the show. And so I just want to say thank you so very much for what you are doing in the community, and for your part in this upcoming competition. I look forward to meeting you in person. Everybody, you can follow her at Getziel4MVA 2024. The ladies have fundraisers that are running. Figure out how you can partner with her and the other ladies to help bring awareness to homeless women veterans within our community. Thank you
Absolutely.
so much for being here. And we're sending you virtual hugs and congratulations in advance.
Oh, thank you. And same to you.
Thank you.
Thank you once
Thank
again
you.
for having me.
Well, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in to Beyond the Battle Pain Pageants and Perspective, where we got to speak with Miss Getziel Lamar, who is a former Marine Corps sergeant and current 2024 competitor in the Ms. Veteran America competition. Miss Veteran America competition is hosted by the nonprofit Final Salute Inc., where the mission is to bring a ensure that women veterans receive safe, suitable housing for themselves and their children. Guess he told us that there are 3 programs out there that Final Salute Inc. has. It's Next Uniform, Safe, and Home. Check out finalsalute.org to find out more about their programs so that you can help those that might be in need, or in the instance that you need their help yourself. We learned about Getsy's time in the Marine Corps and that she was able to overcome some challenges that helped her in what she is doing in her life today, running her platform and working with young Marines. So we thank Getsy for being here. We thank Final Salute for allowing her to speak on their platform and bring awareness to the plight of homeless women veterans. They are by far the fastest growing demographic in the United States right now. And so this was an opportunity for Getsy to talk to you about the plight that they go through. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you for being a part of the Beyond the Battle Pain Pageants and Perspective audience every Monday night at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Until next week, when we have military transition stories part 5, I'll see you there. Thank you so much and have a blessed evening.